Everybody, welcome to Corpse Talk Live. This is the replacement for EFP Live. Same thing, same stuff, just a slightly new look to bring it all under the same brand. We're starting here in a blaze. We're going to be going over a few things on the live show today. Specifically, Shadowdark's Cursed Scrolls 4. And that's right, we got it early as a Patreon backers. Kickstarter backers. This is the replacement for EFP Live. Same thing, same stuff, just look to bring it up. So I'm kind of excited to see what this all instills. I think it's going to have a new class, probably a full adventure, and a few other things. We're also going to go over some news in the tabletop RPG space. And, of course, kick it off to our Patreon toe tag members and say thank you so much for supporting the show through Patreon. If you haven't noticed, we have membership levels now here, starting with creeps, then to ghouls, then the liches. We're going to be doing private videos later on for people who are members of the EFP team and the Corpse Talk crew. And then more to come. Patreon members, if you want to get a hold of any of the products that I print, if you sign up, you get free PDF copies of everything. I'd like to remind everybody, you can still purchase Breachers Volume 1. New versions were just finished, going to be going out here before I leave for Gen Con. Without further ado, Corpse Mother, why don't you give us our theme song? Minutes. I'm just grabbing a few other things. There'll be some fun. Hey everybody, how are we doing today? A little bit of new music from Corpse Mother. I've been producing music on the background. I wasn't going to talk about it, but it has been so much fun. I haven't done anything like this in ages. We have tons of new soundtracks, tons of new music, and I did this because when I was trying to get the membership levels, I needed to clean up some music, so that's where this is coming from. So anyway, welcome to Corpse Talk Live. This is the new replacement for EFP Live. We're going to be doing the same things, reviewing things, going over stuff, whole 9 yards. I just wanted an update to the overlays. I love the Corpse Talk brand, look, and appeal, and I like the overlays themselves. They're really clean, they're spacious, they give me a little bit more to do. So we've switched over to that. So I guess I should do it this way because I'm going to have to clip this, right? I'm going to have to clip this down and pimp it out. So I'm going to put this up for everybody. You guys are live. You know how this goes. I record things. I treat this like a studio day. So in case of the studio day, I wanted to explain why I had done this. But I'm going to cut this and put this out separately. So I'm going to put the ad up. I'm going to play the last couple seconds of the song. I'm going to give us the intro. So, welcome to Corpse Talk Live, July, 24th. We're going to be going over a few things today, specifically going over Shadowdark Cursed Scrolls 4. I'm actually pretty excited about this. We haven't had a new Cursed Scroll since the previous Kickstarter. We got this a little early from Arcane Library, and since I have been doing so much work on Breachers, and we ran an entire Breacher season, which is Breachers and Shadowdark, I figured today we could look over that. We're also going to be going over some TTRPG news, just kind of talking in general, and then going over some of the new stuff that I'm working on as well. So, obviously, for those who are in the audience and then for everything else going on, I am prepping for Gen Con right now. Heavily prepping for Gen Con. And let me know if the music is too loud for you guys out there. I'm trying to keep it a little lower. Someone had said in the comments that the music was too loud for them. I know everyone's is different because of headphones and speakers. And I don't know what to tell you. I like to have music in the background. If you don't like that, then this probably isn't the show for you. So I'm a big fan of going to Gen Con prepared. But I like to travel light. And I've been looking at how I want to run stuff for the 3 Rage events that I'm running. So I'm working with the Rage group. They're running 2 Shadowdarks and a Star Trek. And Star Trek, I have paper minis somewhere. And I remember going through paper minis and doing a bunch of cool stuff with paper minis. But I don't know where the fuck I put them. I know they're in an old like check box, like, you know, like you would get your checks in like, you know, the early 2000s, right? I don't know what I did with it. I know it's somewhere. I'll probably need to find it so that I can continue having those with me, but I don't know where they are today. So first thing I want to do today is I kind of want to look around and see if I can't find Star Trek paper minis that I can print, especially since I have this up and running and been using it for everything under the sun. But I know I found a group that did it, and they were really cool Star Trek paper minis, but I'm just having a hell of a time downloading them. Then I was in the Modifius forums. And the Modifius forums had a post from, I think, like fucking 6 years ago that said, hey, here's a place that you can get these downloadables. So I want to double check that. We're going to bring that up on screen and look at that and see if these are the ones that I'm looking for. But it looks like it moved to itch. And I don't know, man. It's a custom version using Unity. So, yeah, this is the one. This is the one I was using. So here, let's start this off right. Let's go into news and reviews and all those things too. I have some new bumpers for us here as well. So give me just a sec here, and I will get you. I'll get you the new bumper. How's everybody in chat doing? While I'm looking this up, I see Kyle's here. What's up, Kyle? How you doing, bud? I think I saw a Star Drew earlier. Yep, you made it. Hey, Star Drew, how you doing? You guys do anything fun today? Any exciting stuff, or are you just kind of chilling? Just chilling. So let me take us over to our from the slab section. All right. So from the slab is going to be the area we go through and talk about all the things that are tabletop, do reviews, go or PDFs. I made this because I wanted a way to be able to cut these segments out without having to rebuild things. I'm trying to teach this even more like a studio. Too damn hot doing anything. Dude, let me tell you what, Kyle. I worked in 105 outside this week, and it was gruesomely muggy. Whoo! It was yesterday. I was exhausted. Exhausted. I don't recommend doing it. I don't recommend doing it at all. Not at all. It's horrible. It's absolutely fucking horrible. So let me grab our Chrome scene here. And let's look at the Star Trek miniatures. The Star Trek miniatures. So check this out. I was using this, God, it must have been like 2018 when I ran the new Star Trek from Modiphius. It's a really cool built into the browser for itch. He's got it built in. It's nothing crazy. But you have your different... I wish this would go away. Is there a way to get rid of this? I don't think there is. I don't see a way to get rid of this. But it's pretty cool. Like, you can click your species, right? So, like, I know for the rage thing, we have, I think it's Cardassians. Right? I think. Does he not have? Ooh, this might suck. I don't see Romulans or Cardassians on here. Huh. Well, ours takes place during, I guess, DS9 Voyager, I think is what he said. And you can customize them pretty well, but how do they not have fucking Romulan and... What is going on? Yeah, it's 90-something here right now, too. Oh, Fantastic Four is today. I forgot about that. I forgot about that. So, anyway, I'm a big fan of this. This is a paper maker, a paper miniature maker, right? And you got all your different versions, but it doesn't have what I'm looking for. It has Vulcan. I guess I could use this, but there's no Romulan apparently. I thought he did Romulans. Donation has been disabled for this project. It is available free and all should be used for non-commercial non-commercial use only. So he made all the basic Star Trek uniforms. They're 28 mil. You can make them female or male. You can do their skin color and kind of change it up as well, right? Really clean. You can pick your uniform from eras, and then the era will tell you what they are, like what you can pick your profession, or your career path, what you did. And then on top of that, you can do facial hair if they have facial hair and shit like that on them. I think the facial hair only works for males. So if you hit male and then you do facial hair, it'll put them on there. And then you can also pick the color for the facial hair. What I thought was cool though is you can move their arms and like reposition them so they don't all look exactly the same. And then your right hand, you could put like their tricorders in them and shit like that. Right? Pretty cool. And then you can do random from era and just make a bunch of different characters. Like so. Which I thought was even more awesome. But it's an app for it, right? So they should print. You get 300 DPI. It's really cool. You download the app. I think you can set up the app to make it. This is just kind of like a sample of it, if I remember correctly. but I think you can actually go through and download the app. So I thought this is a really cool thing to kind of showcase. Since I'm getting ready to run Star Trek at Gen Con, I kind of need a set of standees to use. So, really cool miniature maker. I wish more companies did this. I believe, I could be wrong. But I believe that, what is it? Is it Chespeku? Is that what it is? Chespeku? I believe they have a token maker for fantasy stuff, which is pretty dope. Let me double check here. Because I want to say that they do. Chazanpeku? But they have a token version. So let me see if we can find the token version here. Because I know that Alchemy was talking about it recently. Yeah, they do have it. So check this out. If you haven't seen this, this is a really cool token builder as well. This is over on chespeku.com/fantasy/tokens. And they have pre-made ones. You can search by tags for things that exist as well, right? So like, let's say I want dwarfs. And I can search, and I believe it pulls up all the dwarves that are in the pack. And then you can edit these as well. And if you buy them, you can like download and do all the stuff with them. But look at how much shit they've added to this dude. So you got like your 25 per month, 400 customizable tokens, includes hundreds of original frames, new releases every week, unlimited access to the token builder. Unlimited. And then you can choose your subscription to unlock everything and clocks. All 3 of our fantasy subscriptions get access to the entire thing, but it's per month. And I think I would just do one pay for like say I'm getting ready to run a campaign. I would do this for a campaign, do one pay, get all the tokens I need, and then bounce out. Because I'm not going to pay this much for the entire thing. I'm just not. It's too much, dude. So that's such a high price. See, it like unlocks all the different colors, and you can change everything, but there's a lot. Like he has the duo who's making this, whoever's making it for him. You can do like individual skin tones, leather, and really color the tokens down to what you want. That price point is gruff. Can't randomize either. But this is something, if you are looking for tokens, that is really good. I like this. I like his art. I like their art for this a lot, actually. I think they do some really cool stuff. So you got a whole bunch of different ones. You can go in and see. Look at this shit. Like, it's just wild. Wildly different styles. But you can't change any of the colors here. And this unlocks the skin tones that are baked in. And this unlocks the dresses that are baked in and lips. So you can change all the colors for them and stuff. But you don't get to pick your own. Still cool. If anyone's interested in anything like this, you can check that out. I'll put a link in the chat. And I'll put a link down below as well. Let me slap this in here for you. Yes, Vulcans. Yes, Vulcans. But anyway, I thought that was kind of cool. I at least wanted to showcase it and give you guys an idea of other things that are out there for token builders. And like I said, I needed the Star Trek one because I'm going to be using that without a doubt. It's pretty dope. And the guy who makes it's a really good dude. Yeah, I've talked to him a few times now. I think he's Modifius Steve or something like that on the Modifius forums. So, with that, let's go into... I just want to kind of jump into the thing I really want to look at today. I have some news that has come out as well. I'm going to be honest with you. The news for tabletop RPGs have been pretty saucy. Like, it's just drama land, dude. I'm just so tired of it. I can't believe how much drama happens in this tiny-ass TTRPG industry. And I feel like it's people clamoring to eat each other alive. The entire time. That's all it is. And I'm kind of over it. I really am kind of over it. I just don't want to hear it. But Look at this creepy bastard. It makes me feel a little better. I mean, you can see my old 2070 back here. I don't know, man. I feel like people are attacking themselves constantly and eating each other for the sake of eating each other. And there's no real new scandals. The biggest thing has been about the Daggerheart license still. There was a big announcement, though, if we want to talk about it, that Daggerheart showcased their new video, or not Daggerheart, Critical Role showcased their new video game. So I figure we could take a look at the video game, and then we'll go into the PDF. Because I haven't watched this yet. Which, I'm gonna be honest, makes me a little interested. You know what I mean? I'm not sure where they announced it, though. Does anyone know where they announced it at? I know they announced it somewhere. I just don't know where. Video game trailer? Let's see if we can find it. Season 1. Season 1. Huh. This isn't it. My understanding is it was called like Dispatch or something. Let's see if this article gives us anything. See if this article gives us anything. Critical Role clearly thinks highly of Dispatch, not only the tap ad hoc to their first long-term video. Okay, so set in Exandria. However, it's going to be a Telltale series. Oh, that's actually really cool. I love the Telltale games. Telltale games were great. If no one's ever played those, that's going to be the Wolf Among Us, I think is one of them was, right? Wolf. They did the Walking Dead series as well, which I thought was dope. Oh, hey, Serving Hands. Welcome. What else was there? I've done a ton, but Batman. The Batman one was really good. Is there a video for it? Let's see what this is.
And this is the Superhero Dispatch Network. I hope you're ready for your first shift.
Wait, we're doing this? Hey team, this is your dispatcher.
Someone's robbing the museum. Watch and learn, Sonny. How do I mute you?
We're taking bets on when you'll quit.
Friday?
Today's Friday.
I know.
Huh? That's fucking cool. That actually looks kind of neat. I can't... that looks sweet. That was a month ago. But this doesn't talk about anything other than they're making a video game. There's the article. So Dispatch, which sets the release in 2025 and feature Critical Role voice talent. So Dispatch is using Critical Role's voice talent. But this isn't it. Well, I know they announced a video game, but I can't find it anywhere. If anyone can find the link, drop it in Discord. Or if it'll let you drop it in the chat here, do that. But I don't think it will let you, to be 100% honest. So anyway, I thought this was cool that they're doing a video game. I was really expecting it to be Owlbear to do it. Is it Owlbear? Owlcat. I expected it to be Owlcat, the people who did all of the ones for Paizo. That's what I was expecting it to be. The fact that it's not, that's a little weird. But it's into development. It's the partnerships with Ad Hoc Studios. Strong narrative focus, similar to Ad Hoc's previous work on Dispatch. While still in early development, the game aims to expand Exandria's lore and offer players a chance to influence the story, interact with familiar new characters. I mean, they might as well do that. They have the voice actors for everything. That's cool. But anyway, let's get into what I actually want to look at today, which is the idea of a Cursed Scroll 4. I don't know if Nick's here. Nick, I don't know if you've looked through this at all. I am actually pretty excited for this. I wanted to see some new classes from the Arcane Library team and Kelsey to just kind of see what else is out there in her future designs, because I feel like a lot of her classes have been kept very simple in the beginning, and they've grown with each Cursed Scroll. Especially when you got your knight that came out, what was it, the St. Idris, and then your witch, and then later on, the assassin, which I think the assassin has the most options out of all the classes, to be truthful. And I kind of want to see if they keep that momentum up going through it. Now, I know that the class we're about to look at is in Shadowdark. And Shadowdarklings is great for building characters, and they kindly put that in there way in advance. So I'm hoping, knock on wood, that there's a little bit more in the full class that maybe we didn't get in there. I doubt it, though. I think it's going to be a pretty simple class. So let me pull up Cursed Scrolls 4. This is all in the new slipcover variants, I believe. Yeah. Yep. There's a lot in here too, by the way. In this, they give you your adventure maps, and then they're also going to give you your full vertical and horizontal spread. Kind of like what I've been doing for Breachers, putting out the 2-page spread in the regular. But enough of that. Let's go take a look at the new Cursed Scroll 4, River of Night. So, this is the Cursed Scrolls 4, what we're looking at here. I'm going to do it on Sterling today, since I'm only looking at one thing. Really clean. I actually really like the cover. I think the cover's kind of dope. Kind of pointillism style. But I don't know a ton about this. I don't know what we're getting into. It's another big, I think this one's 68 pages, which 68 minus 4 for the cover, because one for the front, one for the back, one for the inside front, one for the inside back. That's going to put us at 64. That's a big zine. I think that's the largest of the scrolls. I think. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Yeah, no, that's the largest one. I just went and looked through all the other ones. That is the largest one. Huh. Okay. So what are we getting in this one? I don't actually know. I don't know what all is coming in here. We're obviously going to get that adventure. Let me slide this aside. Number 4. I love these stickers for them. I don't know why. I love that they're built in. I kind of wish they were an actual sticker, but that's just not how things work nowadays. So you got a full hex map. This is really mountainous region. This is a side piece because that's how they print theirs. They're sideways. Oh, we got 2 this time. Do these connect? River flows towards the south. So it must go here and down. And that must connect here, here, and go around. This is a big map. That's cool. Cursed Scroll, writing design, Arcane Library. Oh, look, Baron Derop is part of this. Here, let's get our highlighter out. We'll do green since this has got a green cover, right? There we go. Green because it's got a green cover. I always forget that I have to leave this open. Anyway. So that's cool. Baron's part of this. I had no idea. That's awesome. The Baron got to do something for this. the Black River Hex map. Cameron, my boy, is a Milwaukee native here, another MyAd student, doing all the maps. Met him at, I think it was GaryCon. Really cool. Really cool. So what are we getting here? We are getting our table contents. We're getting, yep, there it is. The Berserker, the Basilisk Warrior class. The Ranger class made its way into here. New titles, new weapons. Hey! And Druid spells. So what is this in 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 pages? So 6 pages. That's about what I do for mine right now. Yeah, very Tomb Raider-esque. I agree. It's a lot of hexes. You know, I've not ran one of the Curse Scrolls yet. Maybe I'll put a Curse Scroll up as a membership run for either Patreon or for... Maybe I'll do it with YouTube backers. You know what? Maybe I'll do a membership goal. If we can get to a certain membership goal, maybe I'll run a hex crawl of this. Like, I don't know how long this would take to get through. I think I could obviously cut some stuff out. But maybe I'll do that, or I'll put it up on Start Playing. Thanks for membership, by the way, Serving Hands. I didn't realize that you had membered up. Oh, it gives you a little cute shiny symbol. Look at that. Aww. That's awesome. Did I do it for Kyle, too? It did. Okay, cool. All right, I didn't know it did that. That's awesome. I see Kyle's got a highlighter one too. So it's cool in chat now for members. When members talk in my chat, lower thirds highlights them in blue so I can see them and I can see who are members that are asking questions. And then it does the same thing for super chats, which is really cool. All right. So we got the Black River overview, your rumors, your hex crawl, your points of interest, your special encounters, the Black River hex key, army ants, that I'm interested in. The Basilisk cult, I was wondering if the Basilisk was going to be tied into the set piece, the class. The Black Ziggurat, is it Shanshiku? The Eclipse style. I'm curious on what that is. Flooded Ruins, Star Map Temple, the Black Seed, and Tisbalaba. I wonder if I could run this in Breachers. The way I built Breachers is things happen inside the wall. And the forested side of the set piece. So Everpeak is a crimson wall. And what is the name? Verdantia is the name of the elven area. I wonder if I could fit this in the petrified forests inside and do an entire adventure inside the wall and just run this. That could be kind of cool. I'm a ghoul. That's awesome. Oh, shit. A quick pause on this. The animated ones do not work on YouTube. There's no animation. I don't know why. So, what I'm going to do is every time we get a couple batches of new emojis. So the way it works in YouTube is for every X amount of members, I get more emoji things. The hyperlink drink, I'm going to make 2 tokens. And then for the finger guns, I think I'm going to make 3 of them. The 2 finger guns, and then the pew pew for the final one on the 3. So you can click them in a row and do the pew pew pew, that thing. I think I'm going to do some other versions of those where it's like the finger hands, skulls. I might do the Run the Jewels, that kind of thing. And add those in so that you still get the string of emojis for them. So I have some more of those coming as well. I thought they were animated and then found out later that they're not animated, which I think is ridiculous, YouTube. Please, animate this stuff. Animate it. Yeah, Tisbalba. Tisbalba. I want that. And then monster blocks, Black River, and treasure maps. So, you know the number one thing we got to do here. We're going to test it. We're just going to hit a button to go to contents. Okay, that's contents. What about this one? Hyperlink drink, baby. There's hyperlinks. So let's go through the introduction. I've not ever read one of these before for us, so I'm interested to see what it is. I love the strong title caps. I love doing this for my Mythic Bastion lands and for Breachers. So welcome to the jungle and this 4th issue of the Cursed Scroll zine. The rainforest along the Black River surges with ravenous life and abundant death. They're even doing some inline cool pieces here, which is something I do. You can find this in a lot of my work for Breachers. I've been doing very similar things. The legion of screams, roars, and howls fills the thick air day and night. Slithering horrors strangle each other in the river's black water, playing out their last moments in desperate silence. Yet life endures in this dark land of extremes. The proud, I think it's Tizlaka? Tizlaka. I like pronunciations, maybe there's one later. I'm going to say Tizlaka. People hold on to the memory of their once great empire. Dauntless explorers delve into forgotten ruins to learn their lost purposes and secrets. And the evil horrors who arrived in the jungle long await patiently inside their obsidian temples for the bright sun to fade and die, allowing them out. It's eat or be eaten along the Black River. Are you up to the challenge? Roll a band of new ranger or basilisk warrior, load up on rations and torches, and strike out in an inhospitable jungle to make your fortune. As ever, this zine enhances and expands the Shadowdark RPG with official new material. If you're just getting started, grab the free Shadowdark RPG Quick Start set to jump in. And don't forget to always sleep with one eye open. This is awesome. This is awesome. Yeah. That's a little emoji. It's a skeleton with a beer stein. I'm expecting to see the same thing. Eels and alligators in a sea of waters and snakes. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Hyperlink drink. I had myself some iced coffee this morning. In my mug from Disney. Was it Disney? I think it was a tiki bar in Cal. Outside of it, but it's good for iced coffee. It's got a little base. It still sweats like a motherfucker, though. Sweats like a motherfucker. So pretty cool. Ooh, this art. Hold on here. I love this effect for rain. This is really cool. Some retro vibe. For sure, though. For sure, retro vibes. So, there's no place in this jungle that has not felt the passing of my feet. Zumo, Human Ranger. This is the Basilisk art, by the way. Really cool looking. And then here's our Basilisk Warrior. So let's fit this to width. Let's go over this. Blazing Eye Warrior who coats their skin in mud and stone. Their ancient combat style mimics a Basilisk regal pose and ferocious strikes. Boomerang, that's a new weapon. Clubs, dagger, spear thrower. There must be a new weapon too, a spear thrower? Okay. They don't get any armor. D8 hit points, so they're pretty survivable, actually. Their first ability is Basilisk Blood. You have advantage on con checks to avoid harmful maladies, poisons, or afflictions. Straight to the point. They get a Petrifying Gaze? Dude. Trader Sam's? Oh, that's where it was from. Thank you, Serving Hands. Trader Sam's, a zombie, yeah. I was trying to remember what it was. Petrifying Gaze. One creature of your level or less meets your gaze. It must pass a DC 15 con check or be petrified for 1d4 rounds. It still takes damage as normal while petrified. Ooh. Okay. Okay. I'm not going to argue that. That's pretty dope. You can use this talent number of times a day equal to con modifier, minimum of 1. All right. Stone Skin, add 2 plus half your level, rounded down to your AC. If you're otherwise unarmored, you have advantage on checks to hide natural environments because you cover yourself in mud. You got that Arnold Schwarzenegger from Predator. You just coat yourself in mud and hide from the fucking Predator. This is really cool. So 2 is not bad. This is going to work like the base armors that you see in Shadowdark, where you're getting your dexterity modifier to it. That's pretty good, to be honest. Because if you hit level 10, that's a 17 with advantage. What are their talents? I'm sorry, what? Are you guys reading this? What? You find a basilisk egg? A loyal hatchling emerges in 1d4 days. You get a basilisk companion? Holy shit. Okay. +1 to weapon attacks and damage. +2 to strength, dex, con stat. So you got a stat bonus and a weapon bonus. +1 use per day of petrifying gaze. That's good. Choose a talent or 2 points to distribute. This is a really solid layout. I like the reroll, so they don't have like 3 of them. You can't do another one. Yeah, Gorgon ability. Basilisks. They're basilisks. That's what they're based around. That's really cool. I wasn't expecting that in the fucking slightest, dude. Fruit bats and vampire trees. Yay. Yeah, that's right, Star Drew. So that's that one. The Ranger class we got... I think we got the Ranger class during the last Kickstarter. If memory serves. Memory serves. Hold on here. Got a wild hair. Wild hair. Stay down. So the Ranger class, skilled trackers, stealthy wanderers, and peerless warriors who call the wilds their home. They get dagger, longsword, short bow, short sword, spear, and staff. Cool. They can wear leather armor and chainmail, D8 hit points. You have advantage on checks associated with navigating, tracking, bushcraft, stealth, and wild animals. I really like the Wayfinders. That's really cool. It gives you a package of skills. Herbalism, making an int check to prepare an herbal remedy. You choose. If you fail, you can't make the remedy again until you successfully rest. Unused remedies expire in 3 rounds. That's a nice kind of... This is a great... Oops, shit. This is a great way to make sure this doesn't get out of pocket too fast. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times that shit gets way out of pocket. What are we saying over here in chat? I'm guessing it's a permanent ability for the stone skin. Yeah, kind of. Wait, what's the grow rate? What are their stats? I don't know. I'm hoping we see that. I tried clicking. I didn't get a hyperlink there. Is it a soft egg like a snake? I don't know. In 5 days, it's a queen. I don't think this is aliens. God, I hope it's not fucking aliens. 4-day growth. I don't know. We'll see. Because it doesn't say. You are right. I'm guessing it's going to be in the gear section. But look at these herbal remedies. Salve. I think the way this works is you pick what you want to make. So prepare an herbal remedy. You choose. If you fail, you can't make that remedy again until you successfully rest. So you can be like, fuck, I'm going to make a salve to heal a hit point to stabilize someone. Fuck, I'm going to make a stimulant. Fuck, I'm going to make a phobane. Fuck, I'm going to make a restorative. Fuck, curative. So this is wild. You deal a D12 with 1 weapon type you choose. You deal D12 damage. That's nuts. That means you have a dagger and you do D12. 3 to 6 is melee weapon or range attacks and damage. +2 to strength, dex, or int. You gain advantage on herbalism checks. This is a huge one for this class. And then +2, choose talent or +2. Your ranger, classic looking, right? Really classic. Your titles for each. Oh, another version of him. That's cool that they did a second one. Foxglove would be jelly. You're correct. You are correct. So here's our new weapons. Boomerang. 3 ranged. It looks like near D4 R throwing. What's R? Is it returning? Yep. On missed ranged attack, this weapon returns to the thrower. That's dope. I would carry like 3 of these motherfuckers, dude. I guess you have to have boomerang though. Because right now, Basilisk is the only thing that gets boomerang. Breakable, this weapon breaks on a natural 1. So you got obsidian weapons. These are all breaks. And you got spear thrower. When used to throw a spear, increase the spear's range to far. Oh, wow. That means that the Basilisk has they are a weapon type of their own. They are giving them the spear throwing ability to throw spears to far. So instead of a close stab and a near throw, they can throw far. That's huge. Yeah, Rangers can make shit. I played one last time. That's true. They're great all-arounds. Yeah, they are really good all-arounders. Now, what is this druid spells for? Who's a druid? Oh. Oh my god. What a genius way to handle this. Did you see? Look at this. So they went with the concept that spellcasters are spellcasters, right? And that wizards, if neutral, are druids. Well, hold on a minute here. Hold on a minute here, everybody. Let's check something. We're going to open up Sterling. We're going to go to View. We're going to pop open... I want to open up the Shadowdark book. And we're going to look at Wizard. Hold on here. Also, I turned down the delay between me and you. Does it feel like the delay is less now? I'm hoping it worked. I'm hoping it worked. Let's see here. We want the table of contents because this bitch is hyperlinked. We want wizard. I'm curious. I might be afterwards. Where's their titles? Here we go. Adept, Channeler, Witch, Warlock, Diabolist, Sorcerer. Okay, so they didn't do it. Oh, neutral right here. Shaman, Seer, Warden, Sage, Druid. So they covered it here. And they are circling back in Curse Scrolls 4, giving us Druid spells. What an elegant way to do this before making a class. Elegant. Elegant as shit. Specialized skill. Yeah, it is. Boomerangs are dope. Send it. Chance and rock spells and forgotten language. Yep, that's right, Star Drew. Oh my god, are we going white saber on these druid spells? I don't white saber. What's that from? I should know what that is, but I don't. Look at this dude. I love this art. The delay feels longer, huh? Let me... Hold on here. No, it's not. It's not at all. Hold on here. We're going to make a little note. Hold on. I'm going to mute this. I need to be able to hear on my end what this is. Let me... Hold on here. No, it's not. So I'm gonna do a test. Testing the start. Hold on here. We're gonna make a little into this. I'm gonna mute this. And I'm gonna hear on my end what this is. Let me hold on. No, it's not. Okay,
So
test.
I'm gonna do a test.
Testing the start into this. We're looking. I think it's like 20 seconds.
Okay, test.
Yeah, it's 20 seconds still. Man, I was hoping I could shorten that, and it didn't work. There's an option in this to shorten it, and I thought maybe doing what I did would shorten the thing, because it said the delay is less, but it's still 20 seconds. I guess it doesn't fix it. Anyway, I'll crop that part out of here. What was that at? That was 101. Let me write this down. Well, I almost wrote in Sharpie. So Ahsoka's saber was white. Oh, yeah. She's not a ranger, though. So what do we get here? We got Tier 1, Breath, Instill, Oxidize, Whisper, Wind. Tier 2, Barkskin, Befriend, Magnetize. Oh, True Speech. Yes. I love True Speech stuff. Tier 3, Alchemy, Anima, Locust, Tree Shape. 4 is Mycelium, Summon Storm, Earthquake, and Naming. Okay. So Alchemy. This, I'm curious to see what as a spell? Instant close, one inanimate object of a human size or less you touch turns into another material of equal or lesser value. Boop. Your gold is now bronze. That's pretty cool. Anima. You animate the life force of a natural object. You touch the size of a horse or less. The object becomes a loyal creature for the spell's duration using the stats below. Its level is equal to yours. The creature acts on your turn. You may use your action to command it, which it obeys. Otherwise, it does not act. AC 10 plus level, hit points 4.5 times level? Attack 2, bash 7, D12, near 400, -40. Okay, so you can like animate trees and shit. That's kind of cool. Barkskin, AC becomes 15, 18 on critical spell casting. Oh, that's a nice little bump there. I actually dig that. I love when spells have critical effects. Yeah, but Ahsoka's not neutral. I don't think she is. Befriend, a tiny creature you touch, such as a mouse or moth, regards you as a friend for the spell's duration, 5 rounds. You may give the creature one command, which tries to complete the best of its ability. That's kind of a cute little... This seems a little underpowered, but... It's only 5 rounds. Huh. Okay. Breath. You can hold your breath for the spell's duration. That's actually really cool. Swimming underwater, shit like that. Earthquake. I mean, we all know what that's going to do. 46 damage. Holy shit. Instill. One weapon you wield is imbued with life force. It becomes a +1 weapon. That's nice. If the weapon is a staff, it deals a D6 damage to the D4. So that's like cudgel, the casting a cudgel. We don't need flamethrowers. It's a fantasy game. And also, that's what fireballs are. Talking trees. Their breath worse than their bite. Cyclopeans do that. I mean, not even Cyclopeans. Honestly, the Cyanide can do all the fire stuff. Magnetize. This I'm curious about. I love this concept. 5 rounds, close range. One object you touch up to the size of a horse becomes powerfully magnetized. Attracts all smaller magnetic objects within near. If it can move, it's pulled towards a larger magnetic object within near. A metal creature must pass a strength check to resist your spellcasting check to resist. Equal to your spellcasting check to resist. So the check would probably be the DC, I'm guessing. So if it's a second level spell, it would be a DC 12? Or would it be what I rolled? It'd probably be what I rolled. I think, yeah, that's cool if it's what I rolled. Your DC's 18. I rolled an 18. I really casted it well. I hope... That's a really good question. on how this works. If it is specifically, right, if it is specifically what I rolled, or if it is what, come on, man. There we go. It's what I rolled, or if it's the DC I rolled against. I'm guessing it's my spellcasting check, so check means what I rolled. Spellcasting DC would be DC, so I guess it would be check. Naming, you learn the true name, Shadowdark page 319 of one creature. If the creature is willing, you may give it a new true name. The creature may be only change its true name once in its lifetime. Oh, that's pretty cool. So you can rename a creature to like hide it and stuff like that. That's actually really neat. Connect to the mycelium network. That's cool. Ask a GM one question up to 15 words. The GM answers truthfully using 15 words. If you cast the spell more than once in 24 hours, treat a failed spellcasting check for it as a critical failure instead. So because you're tapping in too often. And then oxidize. One animated object you touch the size of a door or less ages a D100 years. Ooh, that's a level 1 spell. You could just grab someone's sword and be like, no. And then melt that bitch into rust? I'd have to make a chart for this to like how bad it affects things. That's kind of cool. Like, what's the longevity of metal before it's gone on here? When does metal rust into nothing? Metal doesn't truly rust into nothing. Rust in a form of iron oxide, meaning the iron atoms in the metal combine with oxygen. Yeah, how long till it turns to rust? How long? Let's try this again. How long until metal turns to rust? Rapidly, within hours, under ideal conditions, the moisture and oxygen exposure. However, the visual signs of rust may take longer. I just want to know when it like turns to nothing. Kyle, do you have any idea when this is? Huh. I would love to have like a table for this, I think. Like just saying it rusts a D100 years is weird. And it says one inanimate object you touch, the size of a door or less, ages 100 D100 years. I don't know how long that is. Anyway, Summon Storm. We know what this is. This is the Druid Storm. Has a couple options. For the duration of the spell, you can cast Control Weather, even if you do not know the spell. For duration of the spell, you can cast Lightning Bolt, even if you don't know the spell. That's pretty cool. So it's like a 2-in-1. Level 4 cast. Tree shape. Your gear turned into a tree. If you don't have a challenge, if you do not have the treants animate, oh, you don't get it. You do not get the treants animate tree. You cannot cast spells in this form, but you retain everything and you become a treant. True speech. This is big. That's very different art for the rest of this book too. This doesn't really match everything else that we've seen so far. You know what I mean? So close, a natural creature you touch understands and can communicate with you in a true language of all animals. Can ask the creature one yes or no question. The GM truthfully answers yes or no. If you cast a spell more than once, so this is that whole failure, is critical failure in your roll. Send a brief message. Pretty cool. More pointillism. And we get into the Black River. Now, I don't want to ruin this for people who may want to play it. So I don't want to go through every little thing. But I want to see how they break down the setup. Right? So scattered in the descendants of the mighty human civilization that fell long ago, there are keepers of fragmented legends that tell the greater story of their downfall. The villages do not easily cooperate, but they all wish to reclaim the lost knowledge of their ancestors. Black Basilisk cultists, warrior monks, and shamans who worship Basilisk. The fearsome cult was culturally dominant centuries ago, but now many of their temples stand empty. Is Tizlaka? I think it's Tiz. I don't think you pronounce the I. So it's Tizlaka, Tizlka, Tiz. Tiz Alka. Tizcal? Tizcal. Hey, you know what? Hold on here. I'm going to cheat this. I'm going to ask for pronunciation. Let's see what it says.
PronounceNames.com.
Itasca.
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 Is that right? Itasca? It's missing the Z. Huh. Let's see how this is pronounced. This is going to be closer.
The following pronunciation is brought to you by PronounceNames.com.
Huh?
Itzal. Itzal.
Is-sal. Is-sal. So that's is-sal. Is-sal. So this would be is-sal-ka. Is-salka. Isalka? Isalka. I think that's right. Isalka. That's what we're going with. So Isalka reluctantly sends use as tributes to be raised in the cult. Void beings are sleek black structures, have lurked in the remote parts of the jungle for longer than all of memory. Okay. Entering them is certain death inside abominations from the void. Wait patiently for the song. I don't think it's call. Ka. It'd be ka. Is ka. Right? Is ka. I don't think it's call. There's no L. Terrain. So normal terrain, difficult terrain, and impassable terrain. Boats. Takes half a day to create out of natural materials. Carries 6 people plus their gear, so you're making a shitty raft. Moves at sailing speed 8 hexes downriver, cannot move upriver. Cumulative 1 in 6 chance per day, the raft breaks. Canoe can only be crafted with an expert. See this village. Carries 2 people plus their gear. Moves at a sailing speed downriver 8 hexes. And up, so you can go upriver with the canoe. So there's a bunch of rumors that you're going to get in here. You're going to have hex crawling. You're going to have random points of interest. I love this stuff. I love these 3 random tables where it's like descriptor, location, feature. Let's get 3D20 in chat. I want to see what we get. I'm just curious as to what this does. Let's get 3D20 in chat. I'm going to roll 3D20 as well because I want to make one. Let me get 3D20 over here too. 1, 2. 1, 2. Where's my other D20? Come on, I know there's 3 sets here. I can see all 3 sets. Where's that D20 at? You hiding from me. There you are. So we got a 1, an 8, and a 19. So crumbling gravesite, suiting to the show. Crumbling gravesite, massive in size. Crumbling gravesite, massive in size. So that could be anywhere on that river. It could be the river cut through it, and you could have like a graveyard on each side of it, covering the hex, and the river cuts through or cuts a part of it. Then you could have like floating islands and half-buried mausoleums in water. You could do like drown out there for bad guys to set the tone. And then you could do a 1 in 6 chance while traveling in it that pieces collapse on you. Woo! That could be really cool. I dig that. I dig that a lot. That's solid. What do we got here? We got a 13. Star Drew got us a 13. Right? So 13 is going to be occupied. And then Serving Hands got us a 19. So occupied village. Oh, 11, 13, 19. I'm sorry. Is that the order? So we have primitive camp of massive size. A primitive camp of massive size. Well, that's where you go to die. Primitive camp of massive size. Really cool. This is a great, honestly, this point of interest, I might steal some ideas from. Special encounters, I want to ruin this. Black River hex keys, so they have all the hex keys. Let's just look at one of the hex keys. Toucan. A white-haired gorilla named Toucan lives with his pet jaguar panther, Srok Sirach like the drink? And a secluded grove rich with fruit trees. Oh my god, it is. This is a pun. This has got to be a pun. This has to be Sirach, like, vodka. I know it's spelled differently, but I feel like it's Sirach vodka. Do you think they did this on purpose? I feel like they did. I feel like this is on purpose. Welcome to my humble wine country. Toucan and Sirach liquor. Toucan. Anyway, dozens of bone-carved wind chimes and flutes hang. Oh my god, he's even a musician. Who made the Sirach liquor? Does anyone remember? Hold on here. Sirach Vodka Ona. Oh yeah. Is this horrible human? Is this monster here? On premise alone of name, I would have to murder this person. We would not be having a conversation. This person would be dead. Holy shit, this is 100%. I'm going to read this in full. A white-haired gorilla named Toucan lives with his pet jaguar, Sirach, in a secluded grove rich in fruit trees. Dozens of bone-carved wind chimes and flutes hang from the branches. Toucan is intelligent and speaks wisely, preferring to ask questions rather than answer directly. However, he refuses to converse with those who do not bring him an offering of goat's milk. His gorilla wife, Rokara, went missing a year ago after traveling to a camp of explorers in need. 812 to advise them and offer healing. Toucan believes his staff of healing gives his staff of healing to anyone who brings him Rokara's gold armband and news of their fate. This is 100% making fun of P. Diddy. 100%. I see you, Arcane Library. That is amazing. That is actually, that makes me want to run this whole thing. Make P. Diddy the big bad. My name is Toucan. You can call me P. Diddy. Oh, sweet Lord. Tons of look at these. I love how quick these are to read when you get to a site. It's so nice. Some more pointillism. This whole back half of the book is... Why is there an asterisk on this? Hold on. What is this asterisk for? Huh, okay. Oh, you be digging. Finding that treasure. So here's some maps, too. I wonder if I can just rotate this page. You know what I mean? Hold on here. Is there an option to rotate? I don't see rotate clockwise. Oh, you have to do it per page. But this lets you see army ants, right? It fucking rotates these, unfortunately, but great. An ape with Eric dilemma. I know. You're welcome. You're welcome. You get a Frank House dilemma. Yes. Yes. Exactly. The Panther's name is Sirach, but that guy has wind chimes and wants offering of goat milk. Goat milk. Some baby. Is there some baby oil in there somewhere too? So army ants. This is a cool little piece. Let me rotate this back counterclockwise. A bunch of ant stuff. Some more little dungeons. These little one-pagers are great. The pointillism map. More maps. There's a shit ton of dungeons. Look at this shit. They really put a lot into this adventure. What the fuck? Wow. Void junk. I'm going to say 16. A random tier 3 spell scroll etched on glass in Primordial. I love this kind of this stuff makes adventures for me. Such simple maps too. They don't need to be anything more than this. Whoa. Whoa. That is hella cool looking. Look at that. God damn. Looks like a He-Man villain. This is really awesome. Arcane Library, I feel like your art is so on point using the old style artwork, but updating it to something modern at the same time. And this is a big bad if I've ever seen one. Please tell me you got a full stat block for this guy somewhere in Curse Scrolls 4. I want him to be full on a big bad of some form. Or maybe armor. This would be really cool Elden Ring style armor too. So let me go back to the wide format. I want to see what the new monsters are. Giant Anaconda. Don't want none. Ant Giant. Ooh. Red ox-sized ants with hooked mandibles attack in swarms. Ox-sized? And they attack in swarms? That is so bad. Basilisk Cultist. Stone Shaman. They got a Daze, a Camouflage. A Hatchling. I'm hoping we get a Basilisk in here. Here we go. Basilisk Hatchling. This was our question earlier, right? We wanted to know what they were. Fledgling 6-leg basilisks the size of iguanas. They can partially petrify creatures for a short time. AC 13, hit point 6, attack bite 1, +1, d4 plus petrify. Near. If they don't have a gaze, they have to touch you. Any creature that touches the basilisk or me. Oh, it does have a gaze. DC 9 con or one of its limbs, determined randomly, is petrified. So it doesn't have a when does it grow up. So what I would do in this case is how long for an iguana to hatch and reach maturity. So iguanas typically hatch after 90 to 100 days, and this one it's much shorter. They reach sexual maturity in 2 to 4 years. So I think they become a full-size basilisk in 2 to 4 years. It's a dark scholastic. Yes. So there you go. Really easy. That's how I would solve that problem. And we know they hatch in 1d4 days instead, right? So we're making it quicker because it's a playtime. Cobra statue, giant fish, condor dire, the jaguar king, a death slug. Ooh, we love us some nasty monsters. Palm-sized pale slug with a spinning mouth lined with hundreds of needle-like teeth. It does +1 is 1 plus burrow. Death slug plunges under a target's skin. Its AC becomes 18 and it begins tunneling towards the target's heart. The living creature dies of this in 1d4 rounds unless the death slug is killed first. Holy shit. This might be monster of the zine. Right there. That is monster of the zine, everybody. God damn. I mean, you could have an army of them. You only get one as a basilisk class, though. Javelina, a sharp-hooved pig with a russet fur, dusted in spots. Rage, if injured, the tusk attack deal D8 instead of D6. Nice. Javelina, diseased. Scandrel, crocodile lizards. Oh, those are nice. Quazak, snapping turtles. Scandrel Rex, a massive Scandrel. Oh, that's like a big version of the croc. Void creatures. Void bat, baby. Void bat. You gotta have yourself some bats. You gotta have a void bat, right? These are dog-sized eyeless bats with glossy black wings and rows of ear holes. They travel through space while absorbing faint light for nourishment. Though too much will burn them. AC 13, 19 hit points, attack 2, scream +4, 1d10. Move, double near, fly. -1, +3, +1, -3, +1, -3. They're a neutral level 4. They're immune to cold. Yeah, void in space. Absorb ambient light, faint light, such as from torches within double near. They swallow torchlight. They swallow torchlight. These are great. Then double near of the void. Bat dims to faint ember, only providing light to those in close. The void bat regains 1d4 hit points on its turn while this is in effect. Sunlight sensitivity, disadvantage on attacks in sunlight, and d4 damage per round if exposed. So like vampire void bats. Got void beings. Join the dark. Shadowdark community, this is all the stuff for them. How to join. Gary Khan runs open table, unscheduled games at Gary Khan. That's pretty cool. Shadowdark corrector and head of Arcane Library runs open table, unscheduled games at Gary Khan each year. Come find them. She's lurking and jump in. Cool. This is awesome. Oh, look at this. She did a call out to all the people who have done stuff for Arcane Library while she was producing this. Finally, spectacular creators such as Taylor Seeley White, Lauren David Wiggins, James Marshall, Jake Salva, Sarasa Victory have published an amazing array of adventures and settings, characters and options, and more in the Shadowdark third-party license. That's awesome that they put these people in here. That is really, really cool. Really, really cool. She did not have to do this. Arcane Library did not have to do that. Quite the shout-out. Special encounters, great part of the back of the book. Daytime encounters, nighttime encounters, that's awesome. This reminds me a little bit of... what's it called? Return to the Isle or whatever it is. Hold on here. Hold on. Swordfish Games. Those tables remind me of the Dark of Hot Springs Isle. That's what it's called. This baby. Reminds me a lot of this book. If you don't have this is fucking amazing. I mean, it's thin, but this is like 2-year adventure if you do it right. Easily. And it has a field guide as well. This is easily one of my favorite things I've picked up over the last couple of years. For tabletop RPGs. We were running it for Patreon, but everyone died. And then the back. Hey, yes! Collect a collection of ideas for Shadowdark RPG. The treasure map leads to... Oh, it's a treasure map one. This is dope. A pirate ship, Dolphin, that sank on the coast of a river. A loot stack. This is awesome. I love this kind of stuff. She took her price off the back and just has an ISBN number. I might be taking the price off the back of mine too, just because the price is different depending on where it is. You put price to force, but if you want to be able to keep using your product no matter what and not rewrite it, you just take the price off of it. I might be doing that. So this was cool, dude. This is a huge piece that they've put together. I feel like Arcane Library's Cursed Scrolls get better and better. And I feel like this would be a hella good adventure to run. I really kind of want to try to run it in my setting of Breachers. I think that it adds a lot of things that we didn't have before. And I love having 2 new classes. I also want to say the Paladin class came out as well. If you back the Kickstarter for the new Shadowdark expansion, right, into the West Marches, the Paladin also is out there. That was updated. And then Cursed Scrolls 1 through 4 are also in there that you can download. Those are the slipcover variants as well. So if you backed it. You should be able to get a Holy Curse Scroll 4 for yourself as well right now. These are really cool. I really enjoyed running. Honestly, let's be honest. Let's talk for a sec here. The reason that I enjoy running Shadowdark so much right now is because you can drop in people and be playing in a matter of a few minutes. I don't mind complex games. I enjoy complex games. I think that they serve purpose. As your group wants to dive into a system and really have some crunch and manipulate the characters that they're making, there are systems for that. And I'll be honest, I think Daggerheart has that, but Pathfinder is going to give you a lot more of that style. But with Shadowdark, it allows you to get going quickly and grow your character. And I like the levels 1 to 10. And I love the risk of death instead of the high heroics. There's a place for high heroics. Magic and Monsters, the other setting that I have, like I said, I'm probably going to be doing it for Daggerheart. But for Shadowdark, I like running it because it's easy to explain to people and really get people going. And some people say that it's just a dungeon crawl and there's no hex crawl for any of it, that isn't anything other than go into a dungeon, fight the dungeon, get out. But look, we're all there to do adventure, and the story is as strong of a story as you want to make it. There was an argument recently from Brennan Lee Mulligan saying that GMs are not storytellers. That we don't craft the story wholeheartedly. And there's a lot of truth to that. Because while we may craft our outline or our rough version of what a story is going to be or what we want it to be, we, at the end of the day, put it in front of players and they interact with it. It is more like an outline of a script or an idea of a script, or just, honestly, the outline of a story arc. And your players interact and make rolls and random rolls. And really, it's the GM, the player, and the dice that make the decision of what the story is going to be. And I think that I do believe we're storytellers in the fact that we craft the visuals and play the NPCs and everything else. But Shadowdark frees up your brain to do a lot more. And it's the same reason the Monty Cook Games made the Cypher system, to make it more narrative. The one thing that I do wish would come out for Shadowdark is some rules to really help enforce roleplay. And I don't mean that like skill checks. That's not what I mean. I would love a social combat system or a social system where you are earning renown with them and earning bonuses within an organization, kind of how you do the boons in Shadowdark, but specifically for characters where it's just a little number that you mark. And I think once it's filled, you just have an advantage when dealing with that character. Something really simple that gets added to the character sheet to give that. And the other thing I would love to see is a multi-page Shadowdark character sheet. There's a person right now for Daggerheart that did amazing, I mean absolutely amazing pocket, I think they're pocket character sheets, and they are phenomenal. Like absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to see if I can find this and showcase it here at the end of the show. But like this kind of stuff is great. And I think Shadowdark keeps just getting new add-ons that you can plug in if you want them for what you're doing. And that's, I think, at the end of the day, why I really enjoy Shadowdark. The idea of a zine being just you have your base book and you just slap that zine or two over top and put that out. But it's so rules light still that you're not doing days of prep or forgetting fucking rules. I don't know. Shadowdark has just really hit a good chord with me. Like really, really good chord. And I'm really happy with kind of just how everything is turning out. I think it's phenomenal. I really do. So let me pull open. I'm going to close the show out with a couple things here. So I want to go check out one more piece here from the Slab. All right. I want to give it some love because this person put so much work into these that it's a little wild. So let me grab the webpage. I want to show, I think these deserve some real love. So let's go over to this. I'm going to have this so I can split it off as another section. So I'm going to do the toe tag thing again here and get us set up so I can go into talking about, or not toe tag, from the slab. So it's a live show, you know how I like to do the recordings. I'm just going to record this one because I want to drop this right away. I think it deserves some serious like, check this shit out. Let me pull up Reddit here. Let me go to my special stuff. Saved. There's a few things that I want to showcase here. There's so many new... Dude, the community right now for Daggerheart is fucking insane. Absolutely fucking insane. Let me hide these. I want to give as much breathing room as I can for these. Okay. All right. So we're going to do a highlighted section really quick for this last, like, I don't know, 10, 20 minutes here. I want to go over these. I also want to try this toe tag thing again to make sure that it's working properly. I haven't made buttons for them yet because I wasn't sure if I'm going to keep them. But I do like the bumpers. So we're going to do our toe tag. I'm going to start recording now. I'm going to record this separate. I also want to test the new CPU and the new GPU. So we're going to start recording. And then I'm going to play probably these two into Final Girl instrumental, into Final Girl song. I think that's how I want to do this. And then the Corpse Talk one can go below because we're not using that right now. I'm organizing a playlist over here. All right, ready, everybody? So 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody. From today's From the Slab, I want to showcase something that I don't know if it's getting enough love. I really don't. Daggerheart community is so fucking strong right now on Reddit. It is the only positive part of Reddit, maybe besides /positivity Reddit. It is insane the things that people are making for Daggerheart right now. Like, I find myself scrolling through this even more than other sections that I involve myself with on Reddit. So let's take a look at a few new things that have come out that I adore. I think they are phenomenal. So first up, we got cards and token character sheets. This art, by the way, so you have this spread and you have areas to put your cards and you have your character sheet in the middle. And you can see what the character sheet looks like. And the two sideboards to put your cards on for your characters. These are going to be like your ancestry, your primary abilities, and probably your moves for your class or archetype that you're playing. This person has a PDF that you can download the character sheets, like right out of the gate, if you're interested in doing so. It is a Google Drive, by the way. But I'll link the Reddit and the post down below, and you can kind of pick up these copies for yourself. I think these are phenomenal. Next up, another printable thing, but it's not character sheets. It's actually the Daggerheart adversary tracker. So the one thing that people have been talking about, not knowing what to do in Daggerheart, and that there's too many things to track, and that armor is just an extension of hit points, but they're not. They're choices you make. I think people are forgetting that, yes, you can just have a pool of hit points, but the choices matter. The fact that you're choosing to take armor and then repair that later versus hit points, they do something mathematically, but they do more narratively. So on the DM's end, though, you got to track this shit. but I see these great little damage health things that this guy put out. And I'm going to blow this up so you can see it a little better. You have like a main character here that may have a lot of abilities. And then you can see over the side another one that has a little bit more information for a group of them. Then you got like a big group of stuff. Then you just got random tracker here. And then a couple. So like you can group your guys up and track them. Again, I'll put these down in the description as well. But I feel these are great printable trackers for HP and stress. There are things that I think I'm going to print like 5 of them and just have them in the binder for running them to quickly write down notes. I like how this is presented. I really do. This 13 days ago, this came out. But that's not the one I want to talk about the most. Look. This next one kind of blew my mind a little bit. Like legitimately, this person put in so much work into this. As somebody who prints zines and makes booklets, the amount of work that has to go into making these is just crazy. And you have to remember, for Daggerheart, you're designing not only for classes, but the subclasses. And each one of them has a different starting value for their thresholds, different abilities. They also have the different domains you have to worry about. So you have a lot as a designer to do. Well, this person kind of took it to the next level. So look at this. These are booklet styled, foldable. And you can see the mini dry erase character sheets that you cut and fold. And they have a pocket to hold your fucking cards. What in the hell? This is some like paper wizardry. And I know it's really not. I've made booklets before, but the concept of going, you know what I could do? You know what I could do? I could do this. And then you did it. They're only $2. It's worth every fucking penny. Look at these. And you're like, why is there different colors? Why? Well, I'll tell you why. So you print it out as one 11 by 17 sheet, you trim it, and then there's cut lines and fold lines, and you fold them into the booklets that you see. So when you're looking at that sheet that's printed, you'll see they're opposite sides. You cut that center 4 panels apart, right? After you accordion fold it, and then you're gonna fold it in half and fold it up like a booklet. That's what you're doing. And once you do that, you get this sweet ass pocket to put your cards in. And it unfolds as booklets. Also, to the person who made this, dope nails. Look at the nail art on this lady. Fuck making these. Are you doing nail art for people, or did you just press these on? Like, what? These are fire. But anyway, this is what they look like. And they even have your levels of 2 to 4 and 5 to 7 and these cute little pieces that you just mark off. There's no reason not to use these. None. None. They're gorgeous. So they've been working on these for a few days. I'm super happy with how they came out. They're an 8-page booklet that holds everything standard character sheet does, and they're made for printing on 11 by 17 page and then folding them into like a mini zine. I've also added a little pocket by gluing 2 of the pages together and adding a small ultra thin magnetic strip to the top so that you can store all your cards inside the booklet. And then I've added laminated it just to the HP, stress, and hope sections, so you can use dry erase on the numbers. So they've done this whole thing. Like, I don't know if you noticed that when they were showing this dry erase earlier. That's because they put little lamination pieces over top of these sections so they can write and dry erase on them and not damage their shit, right? And you could buy dry erase laminate sheets that are stickers that you just put over. Really fucking easy. You can kind of see the edge on it there where they have that stress marker and stuff. Really easy. You can also paint clear acrylic. That works as well. I wouldn't use red. That's really a bitch to get off, but so on and so on. Really cool. Then they edited. I'm unable to edit this post, but if you bought this early in the day, you may have downloaded a version with typo and abilities. Since then, I've emailed everyone who's purchased and corrected the file. DM me if you need help with anything. And then I'm still working on colored versions, but if you want to buy the black and white versions, they are here. And that was 8 days ago, right? And then you go down here. Hey, everybody, I've attached a small price to it. I'm working on the colored versions, but if you buy and want the colored version instead of the black and white, just shoot me a message and I'll send it to you. And then I don't know if they did the color versions yet, but this is the most positive fucking community. So if you're interested in picking this up, I'm going to put this in the chat for the live people. But for everyone else, I will put it down below in the comments. Or not comments, but in the description. This is just wildly $2 is nothing. And the fact that they look this good is wild to me. Absolutely wild. And you're only printing one side of the page. And then folding it into this little booklet that you carry with you. So if you want to support makers and what they do, which I would hope that you do, this is a great way to go about doing it. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who has been watching the live show today, but to those who are watching this afterwards, is this little piece. I don't want to put out anything larger than just showing you how positive the community is. And if Critical Role, if you watch this, and you see how positive this is, if you're not already tracking it on your own, please change your license. I know that you're making a video game and you need a video game license, but please separate that video game license and the TTRPG so we don't feel like the OGL is a shadow over us with you. You're too talented for that, and what you made is too good for that. And the community that is built is just... it would raise the dead. I cannot believe how positive it is. I really can't. So you guys have made something super cool, and I'm super excited to see what you guys continue doing with this. Just know that, like, there are people who want to use this as their main game and that want to create under it as their main game. Like the 3 people I just showed that all made these great products for $2 or less. I feel like we should be really kind of giving them some love, right? With that, I want to thank my patrons for everything that's going on. It's awesome to see all the new patron members that have showed up over the last couple of months. I want to remind you, if you're a patron member, you get yourself access to a couple of things, but I made a song for all of you that have joined. Welcome to the horror show, everybody. If you are looking to join Patreon, and when you do, you get access to my PDFs as they come out each month. Over the course, just from April, Breachers Volume 1 has come out, The Berserker has come out. On top of that, The Cartographer is in its final paces and will be out before the end of the month with all of its glory. Coming up next after that, I will be doing a Daggerheart framework for Magic and Monsters, Marks of Men. You'll have access to that as well on Patreon. To all of the members of the Creeps and Ghouls and Liches on YouTube, thanks for joining up. We're going to be doing a private stream after Gen Con, just for those that have subscribed. I will be doing a Q&A for anyone who has questions and answers. I'll only be answering the people who have signed up as members. Eventually, I'll be doing more. Oh no, I can't hear the music, says one of the members. Don't you worry. It's there. It's just quiet. Here, let me help you. Thank you so much for joining me today. That will be it for EFP Live. As we close out the day with a little bit of heavy metal from Corpse Mother. And I will see you guys all maybe on Friday. To those who are watching this recorded, like, subscribe, do all the things. Just don't forget that the Corpse Army's coming. See you guys next time. All right, so I stopped the recording. Yeah, this is the new song for everybody. I love this. I think this turned out really good. There is another piece for this that I didn't play because I need to do a little bit more editing for it. A lot of people were complaining about the music during Mythic Bastion lands, that they don't want heavy metal, and sorry, man, that's the theme for it. Warpaint's gonna be hip hop and R&B and pop. I like music scores. I think they make an episode, and I'm doing them. I'm scoring them live. You know what I mean? Someone I had shared these with said that they would love to see this band live, and I can't argue. Ozzy would have enjoyed it. Aww. Now he'd probably be mad because it was a combination of lyrics and me making stuff and not playing saxophone. I did play real saxophone, but everything else was me using beat machines and AI sculpting my voice and the voice of a friend of mine. So I don't know any good metal screamers right now. I would love to have somebody cover these for me. Like a real Corpse Mother. Lauren Babick, if you're listening. So let me play the new one that I just made. This is for the like and subscribe, everybody.
A boiling anger in my voice. When I speak of the day my army will rise.
This will be my closing for the live stream.
Witches and fiends crawling out from the digital crypt we built.
Like, subscribe, follow whatever's at the end of this video. You know the routine for this. Thank you to all the live people who were here. I hope you guys enjoyed the new Corpse Talk Live. Just EFP with a new coat of paint. I can't wait to be doing more with this. We're going to be doing more Headless Nights. Of course, Corpse Talk interviews will be coming back. And then during our Headless Nights and Corpse Talk interview, we're going to be doing the treasury at the end of each show like we did last time. And don't forget, Rise and Design, as soon as I get a morning freed up, we're going to be doing some R&D as we dive into building Magic and Monsters, Marks of Men for Daggerheart. That's it for me, everybody. Have a great day. I'm going to sign out with this. Click the things that are around you if you're watching this afterwards. Thank you so much for joining us. I will see you guys probably tomorrow as we're going to be building some ultimate terrain. That's right, live terrain building. What could go wrong?